Gentlemen, good to see you both again. Welcome back to Pop Alternative.
What's up, dude? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Great to see you, man.
So Robbie, here's the thing. Evan knows this. Like, I love this movie so much. I'm a big fan of Racewalkers. I'm a big fan of Ched. I did want to kind of ask, like, here's the thing. I know he's like you're playing the villain in this movie, but maybe it's because he's so terrible at insults. Like, I'm rooting for this guy the whole time. You know what I mean? Like,
Look, I mean, he's not the brightest. He's not the coolest, but he thinks he is both of those things. And he's got an overbearing dad, so it's tough to fault the guy when you meet Kurt. And let's just say he's not unredeemable.
absolutely. Shout out to Greg. Can we just shout out to Greg Brick? Like, so good.
Greg Brick is the man. He's, funny story with Greg Brick. So obviously he was in Code 8 and he was so incredible in that. And when we read the script, Jeff and I were like, Kev, Phil, I know this doesn't seem like it would work, but Greg Brick is the guy and he should play my dad. And they were like, what? He can do comedy? And we were like, just meet him. Go have a meeting with him. And they had a general meeting with him. And after the meeting, they're like, oh yeah, no question. That's Kurt Lester right there. And he stole every scene in the movie. He was amazing. And he did it for no money because we didn't have any money. And he's just the best dude you've ever met. So yeah, shout out to Greg Brick.
The father, like, son, like, both of you had unbelievable on-screen chemistry. Evan, I did want to kind of ask, what was it like when you get there? Because you wrote this with Phil and Kev, and it's one of those things too where you wrote it with these guys that you've worked on other things with them in the past. You get there, right? And everything kind of seems to come to life because you can picture it in your mind as much as you can. But like, what's it like seeing all like the on-screen chemistry like while you get to production for this?
I mean, it was so gratifying. And with Robbie and Greg, they just gave us so many different options every scene. I remember even in the edit looking at the options that we had for different scenes, and we're like, how do we pick? Like, what do we go with? Like, there's just like great subtleties in the performance and so many great throwaway lines that just like, yeah, it was pretty amazing to see the writing come to life and then be taken to the next level by these guys as well.
And Robbie, where did the sport, like, because I talked to, Evan about this a while. I always find it interesting when you do a movie like this that has sports in it, or like whenever someone works on like a music movie, you can look at it like, was this like for you, like a comedy about race walking, or was this a race walking movie that was really hilarious?
It's funny. I didn't really think of it as either, though. Like, anytime you're shooting something, you're looking at it from the perspective of your character. So like, I guess I would say it was more of like a sports drama for Ched and and for Kurt. And that's, where part of the comedy comes from. Like, sometimes when something's there, you can lean into it. But a lot of times, like, to really sell the joke, you gotta play it the opposite direction and lean into the seriousness of how serious this guy takes himself. So I don't know. I guess it would be the more of a race walking movie that happened to be funny.
And I did want to also say, like, some of your deliveries, Robbie, in this movie were so amazing. And one specifically that I loved, I was laughing so hard because there's like a buildup, right? Because you like bring Kevin aside, you're like, come here, right? And like, you're like, I put the beers on the top shelf. Like, the way you deliver that line, man, like just credit to you, Robbie. Like, you crushed that. Like, I was laughing so hard, man.
It's, what? It really helps when you have Kevin, Phil, and Ev writing a great script, but then also setting the tone on set. Like, I had been a fan of theirs since Short Term Sentence, their web series that they made, and I thought that they were very funny. And they just create an atmosphere on set where you do a couple versions on script, and then they have some alternates for you. You do some of your own alternates. You riff a little bit, and it's kind of like, all right, whichever one plays the funniest without without taking you out of the movie or feeling like it doesn't work, that's the way to go. And I find that's, that's kind of the most fun way to shoot. And I think that shows through in the movie. You can tell everybody's having a blast while we were shooting.
Yeah, absolutely. Evan, was short term send was that the first time? Like, was that our first Pop Turnative interview? That was the first time, right?
I think so. Yeah, it was around the launch of Short Term Sentence for sure.
That was yeah, that's going way. I feel like that's going way back now.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
all old.
don't age us.
Robbie, our first interview was for Resident Raccoon City. I think that was our first one.
Yeah.
I've lost track. You've been on the show like 3 or 4 times now. I feel like I have to get you a mug or something.
I need a mug.
Did you keep the sunglasses, Robbie?
Yeah, I have multiple pairs. So I was a little bit spoiled with the sunglasses because my one of my best friends and business partners, Alex Paquin, handled a lot of the he was one of the producers on the movie and also handled a lot of the product placement and like the bowling alley we shot at, like just things like that.
Yeah.
And shout out Pit Vipers. They sent us boxes. And my son loved them, so we stole a bunch of like matching pairs for he and I that we rip all the time, and then they let us give some out to people on the street for like our promo packs. So I definitely kept a few pair of pitties.
Absolutely. Evan, did kind of want to ask, we've talked about this before, the comedy, like this movie in a lot of ways has a lot of heart and there's a redemption component of it, but it really, knows what it is in regards to like kind of like slapstick, not taking itself too seriously comedy. I'm wondering what the conversations were like with Phil and Kevin in regards to that when you were writing this movie about like trying not to make it like there is heart. It's a redemption story. You're rooting for these characters, but it's really like goofy in the best way possible from that component.
Yeah, I think whenever we're writing comedy, we're always trying to focus on writing a great story and great characters first. And then I think if you like get people on board with the story and the characters and they're rooting for everyone, then you kind of earn the comedy. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you can, if we often classify it as like smart, dumb comedy. I think like if the jokes are, if there's something intelligent behind them, but they're also kind of silly and stupid, I think that's when they work the best. Mm-hmm. And so I think, yeah, you earn the comedy by making the story work really well. And I think that's what we always set out to do, is write a movie that could work as a drama without the comedy, and then inject all the comedy in and make it that much better.
Absolutely. Robbie, I did an in-person interview with Phil and Kevin. It's going to probably be out pretty soon. And, I'm going to keep it in there. But like first question I asked Phil was, how exciting is it that people are finally able to see the movie? And he was like, yeah, it's great. Like we didn't make this movie so people couldn't see it. And I just froze.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. And it was just, but it's like, no, but the thing is, it was more kind of like, this has been a really cool journey to see all of you on. Like a lot of you, like, Evan's like a good friend of mine as well, Rebecca as well, and Phil and Kevin, but like just Slam Dance and like Sydney, and then seeing it kind of get this release. Like it's been amazing, this journey, Robbie, of people being able to see a film in different ways. That's where it was kind of.
Yeah, I think that this movie, I think the first time I saw this movie was an early cut with a small group of people, but it was like friends and family. And I was like, shit, this is really funny. And everybody laughed really hard, but it was a very friendly screening. So like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm too bullish on this. And then we had a legitimate test screening. It had to be 150 people. And they were friends, family, and friends of their friends. So still a friendly screening, but like, people are going to be honest, and it tested through the roof. And then from there, it only got better. And this is one of those things where it's like, if you tell somebody what it's about, it's a tough sell. No. There's no way around it. It's like, it's an underdog story, a
lot of people also don't know that race walking is a thing.
Yeah, it's a tough sell. I'm not like, I can't argue that. But what I will say is, if people find this movie, they will love it. They will tell friends. I have not met a single person that watched the movie that was just like, yeah, it's fine.
Evan, you know
Like,
how I feel about this movie.
People love this movie. It feels like the
all
movies
seriousness,
from my childhood.
we need a
Yeah.
movie like this right now.
It's
like,
Happy
Yeah, it's
Gilmore.
nostalgic.
It's Cool Runnings. It's like the closest thing to it recently was Ted Lasso. Like it has that feel good heart, but it is funny and silly in the best way. And yeah, I like my biggest hope for this movie is that people find it.
Absolutely. Evan, was it as quick as you like? And also, like, the comedy also, like, the pace of it's very quick. Like, you don't get bored watching this because there's so much kind of happening, and I feel like it moves in a really, really good pace. So I'm wondering, like, what was it like in regards to, like, you writing it, but then seeing kind of some of the cuts from the edit in regards to the pace of it? Because I think the pace is a champion as well of this movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that was a journey in post as well. I think like when we were shooting, we are like, fuck, is this going to be too long? And we're like, no, now it's like, no, it's definitely not too long. And it's, I think, just the right length. But like, you get in there and you end up with a cut that's significantly longer and it's like something's not working and you just start killing your darlings a little bit and start chopping away at it. And I think that like, we had the benefit of having, Collective and all their experience and on the feature project that they've worked on. And like, having an engine and really having a movie that moves is great. And like, yeah, people are never bored. There's no moment where people are like, I don't think people are going to be picking up their phones and checking their texts. Like you're just on the edge of your seat along for the ride, which is great.
Absolutely.
People just wanted to get into it. I feel like the only notes we got near the beginning was like, I want it to start faster. Like,
right.
and part of it was like, we thought we had to explain more than we did with race walking. And it's like, no, people will get it. It's like, it's not that confusing. It's not that you're not launching a shuttle.
Exactly.
Just get going. And like, that was kind of a universal note that obviously hurts to cut things out because when you're shooting a comedy, there's so many funny moments, but like, I agree with you. I think the movie you start and you're on the journey and it's just like boom, 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 boom.
And we need to laugh right now, and it's the best feeling to go to the theaters to laugh and see a movie. You know what I mean? Like I just went to go see Jackass Best and Last, and just there's nothing better than being in a room of people we're all laughing. Like it's great. You know what I mean? And they're going to get that with Racewalkers, and I can't wait for people to check it out. As always, it's always great to chat with both of you. Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations.
Thanks, Petey.
Thanks, Peter, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.